What's up everybody, it's Victon here with another crafting guide. Today we're going to be going over the jewelry from my recent Spectre build that I released. This is going to be how to craft the 2 rings that I have as well as the amulet. Good thing is these are actually pretty simple to craft. It actually kind of just relies on RNG for what you get outside of the Awakeners Orb, but I will walk you guys through how to craft every single one of these and give you exact steps on how to do everything as well as costs of everything. And I'm also going to give you guys the links to all of these trade searches so you guys can easily just kind of type it in, buy what you need, and move on to make it as simple as possible for you guys. So what we're going to start off is with the amulet. So what we're going to be doing is making an amulet like this. This is a best in slot amulet almost. I would do something a little bit different here. But the biggest thing here, first off, I wouldn't have defense modifiers. You actually need to have life modifiers on here. That is extremely important. You should not have defense modifiers. We want the hatred, reduced mana reservation, and you want a max roll there of 25%. So if you get that 25% and you have the life attribute modifiers on here, not the attribute, the life modifiers for the catalyst, which is the fertile catalyst, that 25% will go up to 30%. And that is exactly what you want. So a tier 1 max roll here with the life modifiers up to 30%. So you want that, and you want +1 to level of all intelligence skill gems. Those are the 2 main stats that you want on this amulet. And you also do want it on a Kitrine amulet because we do need a lot of strength and a lot of dexterity in our build. So you're going to get a Kitrine amulet and a +1 to all intelligence and a hatred reduced mana reservation. And we're just going to get lucky on the Awakeners Orb and hope for the best. The best in slot would definitely be some energy shield, as well as the ability to craft a prefix, which is going to be maximum energy shield. That would be best in slot. And then maybe for your last 1 or 2 suffixes, you could have, resistance, you could have some strength and dexterity. Either of those are just fine. That would be a best in slot. And he actually has it right here. I think I'm pretty confident we do the Grave Pact as well. So that is actually correct as well. Just make sure, again, we do not do that defense. We need life modifiers, like this one right here, life modifier. See how his hatred is 30%? That's what we want. So how do we make this? It's actually pretty simple. So first things we're going to do is purchase an item in here. So again, it's a Kitrine amulet with this hatred reduced mana reservation. It's a tier 1 roll that we can divine up later. So these are going for about 1 exalt. So you can purchase this for 1 exalt. Now, it's always important, I'm going to say this throughout the video, you need to make sure that when you purchase one, you do not get something like this. You have to have an amulet that only has 1 modifier of that type. So this is a redeemer item, right? So we only need 1 redeemer on here. When we awaken orbit, if it has more, it'll randomly pick one of those 2. So it could accidentally pick Warcry speed. That would be very, very bad. We want to find one of these that only has 1 redeemer mod. So let's do that. Redemption. So this is out. This one was out. This is out. Redemption. This one's perfect. This only has 1. It says of redemption. So it would either say redeemer or of redemption. This one is a good one. We would purchase this for 1 exalt. Okay, so you would purchase this for 1 exalt, and then you would also come up to this next this next one, and you can get any amulet on this one. It doesn't matter. And I've made sure to do this as cheap as possible for you guys as well. I've gone through and checked to make sure which is better for the base, and this is the cheapest way to do everything for you guys. And on this, as you can tell, this is actually a little bit expensive. I would suggest crafting this yourself. So you can, this is what you're looking for here as well, by the way. So the +1 to level of all intelligence skill gems on a hunter base amulet. So any hunter base amulet, doesn't matter what it is, you can get the cheapest one possible. You want that. Okay, and we're actually going to craft this one ourselves because you can craft it for much cheaper. See, these prices are pretty expensive. So let's go over to Craft of Exile, and you can see how expensive it's going to cost you. So again, hunter base amulet, and you need at least eye level 82 to get this. And then you're going to use alteration orbs. So you're going to alteration orb spam it until you get that modifier, okay? And it's going to take about 476 alterations and about 135 augments, which is about 180 chaos, so about 1.8 exalts. So much cheaper than purchasing it over here. As you can tell, it's super, super expensive compared to just crafting it yourself. So that's what you would want to do. Now, if you guys are unfamiliar on how to craft these with the alterations, basically as you're crafting it, anytime that you hit a suffix modifier, as you can tell, this hunter modifier that we want is a prefix, right? It is a prefix. So anytime that you're alteration spamming and you hit only a suffix, you want to augment orb to see if you can hit a prefix that is this. If you hit only a prefix, then there's no way that you can get this modifier. So there's no point in using an augmentation orb. So just go ahead and alteration orb it again. So we're going to do that, and it's going to cost you about 1.8 exalts, and this other one is going to cost you about 1 exalt to purchase that. So that's about 3 exalts so far to get the base 2 items. After that, we're of course going to purchase an Awakeners Orb, and then we are going to use this orb. So you're going to click the Awakeners Orb, and you're going to use it on this one first. You're going to destroy your +1 to level of all intelligence gems, because it doesn't matter what amulet it is. It could be a crappy amulet like the base. You're going to destroy this one. So right click your Awakener's Orb, click this, and then copy it onto your Kitrine amulet with the hatred. And that will create you a amulet that has the +1 to level of intelligence skill gems and hatred reduced mana reservation. And again, after that, it is just random what you get. You're either going to get lucky or you're not. Good thing to note is that you can sell these. If you don't get something good, you can sell it for probably about the cost of creating the item. Let's go ahead and just go. So yeah, as you can see, 13 exalts, right? So you could probably even make profit on your failed items. So not too bad, not too bad. And remember that you can harvest craft stuff away. So you could harvest craft this spell damage away if you wanted to. You could remove caster. You cannot remove mana, but you could remove caster. So not too bad there. And again, what you're looking for, let's go ahead and click this to see what the most expensive ones are out there. Let's see if we can go down to the 60 exalt one. Oh, it looks like his is either sold or gone. Interesting. But you want to get lucky and hit a maximum energy shield and an open prefix so you can craft. So this one's actually perfect. So if you hit, let's say you hit this one, right? You could actually remove life and remove cold, and then you could start doing some harvest crafting, and you would want energy shield, right? And then maximum energy shield. And then ideally you'd also want maybe some resists and strength or dex. That would be a best in slot. This one right here is actually very, very good for 30 exalts, but you could craft it yourself for probably, I don't know, 10 exalts, maybe 11 exalts, 12 exalts, somewhere in there. So a lot cheaper. And that's a pretty good amulet right there. So that is our amulet. Let's go ahead and move on to our rings. So let's go ahead and go to the rings. So I'm going to show you guys what a best in slot ring is for my build specifically. We have so much damage in my build that we actually don't need any damage on our ring whatsoever. We're solely going for defenses. So we're going to be mainly doing the faster start of energy shield recharge, which is a redeemer mod, and a crusader mod, which is the maximum energy shield. Those are the two main modifiers that will be awakening orb together. And I'll show you that process in a second. But as you can see over here, this would be a best in slot item right here. It's unlikely that it's going to happen, but I'm just kind of showing you what like a best in slot, some rolls that you could get would be. This is very, very good. Reduce effect of curses on you. Very solid. You could also get increased effect of non-damaging ailments, which is very, very good for your bone chill on your skitterbots, so your shock and your chill. That's very good as well. You could obviously just get strength or dex. Either strength or dex would be very solid. All attributes, again, very solid. And then just resistances. That's most likely what you're going to go for. These are very low chance to get. As you can see, 0.42% chance to get those. Very low. Most likely, ideally, you would want either dex or strength and then some resistances. And then hopefully you have an open prefix. And you could do two things with that. You would also ideally maybe want a +3 to level of socketed gems. Again, very low chance to get that. On my ring specifically, I got lucky and I had +2 to level of socketed gems. And then you would put your discipline in there, and that's going to give you some extra energy shield. So that's pretty good. Or you could do two other things. Instead of that, if you don't get that, maybe you could just have a flat energy shield. That's also solid as well. A best in slot obviously would be the tier 1 energy shield. So either of those are pretty good for your prefix. And that's, you could probably bench craft those for your prefix. And then as you saw over here, those are some good options for your suffix. So how do we make this? Like I said, the two most important items is the faster recharge of energy shield rate, and that's just basically anytime you take damage, it's going to start recharging that energy shield much faster with this modifier. And of course, it's just good to have extra maximum energy shield. So how do we buy that? The cheapest way to do that is get an unset ring, okay? A Crusader unset ring with the plus to maximum energy shield. We're gonna make sure we get a tier 1 roll, which actually, let's fix this. Let's go back. And I wanna make sure I give you guys everything that you need for this. So we're gonna do a tier 1 roll only. Okay, so we have a tier 1 roll, maximum energy shield right here. Again, make sure it only has one modifier. So this one's perfect. This only has one Crusader. So we would purchase this for 1 Exalt. Okay, we would take that item and then we would purchase one of these. This is a faster energy shield, or faster start of energy shield recharge. It is a tier 1 roll. And again, we want to only have, so this one's not good, right? So this one has 2 Redeemer mods, not good. So let's go down, let's find another one. This has 2 Redeemers as well. Do not want that. This one's perfect. This only has 1 Redeemer's mod right here. That is exactly what you want. You would purchase this for 10 Chaos, so not too bad. I would expect to maybe pay anywhere between 10 and 20 Chaos for this item. And it looks like this one is about a 1x item, so 1.23 Exalts to get the base. And then you would purchase an Awakener's Orb, and you would right-click the Awakener's Orb on this one first. Your random ring with the faster start of energy shield, we will destroy this one and we will put it onto your unset ring. The unset ring is the one that you want because we need to put our discipline in there, okay? And then you would do that, and then you would hope for the best with RNG, and again, that's where it comes back to here, and these are the mods that you're looking for in order to get a best in slot item. But even if you don't, that's totally fine. Just having maximum increased energy shield and faster restart, and then you're probably going to at least be able to bench craft something in here, either energy shield, dex, strength, any of that is going to be a fantastic ring for you. So perfect, that is your first ring. And your second ring, let's go ahead and go back over to that. This is your second ring. This would be a best in slot ring. So the two main stats that we're looking for our ring is, for the second ring is a Crusader, the same thing, maximum increased energy shield, very good. And also trigger level 12 Assassin's Mark on hit when you hit a rare or unique enemy. So remember that we are using Stormbrand in our build to trigger Elemental Equilibrium, so you're always going to be hitting those rare monsters and those unique monsters, so they will always have Assassin's Mark when you hit them. So that is very good, and again, there's 2 tiers here. We definitely want the level 12 Assassin's Mark when you hit. So what are some other good rolls on here once you awaken or orb them? Some of the rolls that you're looking for is, let's see here, down. We could, of course, get, so that's a suffix, kind of the same stuff here, right? The Crusader, the reduced curse effect on you is very good. So if you happen to get that, that would be a pretty solid roll. Let's see, reduced curse, same thing over here. Reduced curse effect on you, that's pretty good. If you don't get those, don't worry. More likely you would get something over here that would be good, like dexterity, all attributes, or strength. That would be good, as well as, you know, some resistances. If you get all resistance, very good, or any of the other resistances is probably better, because you could harvest craft that and you change it to whatever you need. So fire resist, cold resist, lightning resist, all that good stuff. And over on the prefixes side, what would be the best over here is the exact same thing as the other one, right? You could get maybe a +1 or 2 or 3 level of socketed gems, level 3 being the best, or you could get a tier 1 energy shield roll. That would also be very, very good. So how do we do that? Let's go ahead and move on. So unset ring, exact same thing as the other ring. You're actually going to buy an unset ring with the maximum energy shield tier 1 roll, and we're doing this on the unset ring because it's the cheapest. Like I said, it's only 1 exalt compared to if you did this mod, trigger at level 12 Assassin's Mark on an unset ring, it's much more expensive. So we're going to do it on the unset ring, the maximum energy shield. So you're going to purchase this for about 1 exalt, and then we're going to go over to any ring, doesn't matter the base. You're going to pick up a ring with level 12 Assassin's Mark on hit, and it's of shaping, so we only want 1 shaper mod. So this one's actually perfect right here. 50 chaos, you would purchase this, and then you would use the Awakener's Orb. right click the Awakeners Orb, go to your ring with level 12 Assassin's Mark on hit. We're going to destroy this one, so right clicking onto this, and we're going to put it onto your Unset Ring with increased maximum energy shield. And that will get you your two most important mods, which of course, like I mentioned, is the Assassin's Mark and the maximum energy shield. And again, pray to RNGesus that you get some good rolls, hopefully maybe some resists and some energy shield as well. And that would be a best in slot ring for you for your second slot. And you could on this one, actually, if you have an open prefix on this ring specifically, you could do a craft. Let's see where it is, down here, right? So you could do a bench craft if you have an open prefix of faster start of energy shield recharge. You could do that, and that's very good as well. Let's say if you don't get, I'm not sure which one it would be better. It might be better to get flat energy shield. If you have an open prefix to get flat energy shield instead of the recharge, that's debatable. Either two are probably pretty good, but I might lean towards more the flat if you have an open prefix. But let's say you hit a prefix with energy shield, right? Then binge craft the faster recharge, or yeah, I think that's what you would probably do. So that would be a best in slot ring for your second ring, and that covers it for the jewelry. That is your amulet, that is your one ring with just pure defenses on it, and that is your second ring with a lot of defenses, but also that level 12 Assassin's Mark on hit, and that will be best in slot for your jewelry. I hope this was informative for you guys. We have, let's see, we've still got our boots. We're probably going to do our boots next. We're going to do our chest piece. So be on the lookout for those videos. I'm definitely going to do crafting videos for all of these for my Spectre build. I hope you guys, like I said, I hope you guys got some information out of this and it was useful. Remember to check the description of the video. I'm going to have links to every single one of these, so you guys can literally just go in and copy and paste the links and get your items as easy as possible. If you haven't already, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more content just like this. I do build guides all the time. I do these crafting videos. I do tips and tricks videos all the time as well. My most recent build guide was that Spectre build. We are actually going to be working on a Life Elementalist Carrion Golem build. There's going to be new and hipster. We're going to do some new interesting things, so be checking the channel out for that here in the next few days. Also, if you're interested in checking me out on Twitch, check me out on Twitch. I'm going to have that linked in the description below. And if you're interested in supporting the channel, check me out on Patreon, also linked in the description below, where you're going to get access to my sub-only Discord. We have over 100 members in there all the time chatting about builds. I do build reviews all the time for people in Discord as well. So if you're interested in that, check that out as well. That's all I got for this one, guys. I will catch you all in the next one. See ya.